Welcome back to this clown's garage. In this video I'll show you how to change lifters, and this is a Vortec motor. It's a 1999 Yukon Denali, and I have a video on how to take the intake manifold off and replace the gasket. So in this video I'm just going to cut through straight to the chase. And if you want to see how to do that, you can watch that video. So I'm just going to take these off here. These are the retainers for the lifters. These are 1/2-inch bolts here, and there's 3 of them. So I'm going to go ahead and take that retainer off now. Now this is just to hold the lifters in, and you simply just remove this. These are 5/8 nuts up here, so I'm going to go ahead and just take these out. Now when you take these out, make sure you put them back exactly where you took them out from. So here I'm taking the push rod out, and I'm going to lay it down on the floor over here, so I know exactly where to put these back on. And I'm going to line them up over there. So I'm going to go ahead and take all these out now. Now the push rods and rocker arms are out. The only thing left is to take the lifter keepers out and the actual lifters themselves. You could use a magnet to pull them out like that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out all these now. Alright, now that the lifters were soaking for, I just soak them for a day. You don't have to soak them for a day. A couple hours is fine. This is the way I do it. You can also put some assembly lube in here where the roller is, inside where the bearings are. And when it's a fresh motor also, you can put some assembly lube in here. So now I'm going to go ahead and put these in. And the flat spot up here faces towards the inside of the block, because you want the roller, the camshaft is going to turn like this. You want the roller to turn like that. Then you put the keeper on top of that. And you put the keeper on top of that. So the keeper has flat spots here, so it should align with the flat spots on the lifters. Just like that. That's it. Now I'm going to go ahead and bump the motor and put the push rod in the rocker arm and adjust the lash over here. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Alright, now I'm just going to show you this one cylinder, how we do it. This is an exhaust valve. Tap it over here, and that you could tell by looking at the exhaust over here. That's the exhaust port. And this is the intake, because the intake is over here, and that's that. So to adjust the exhaust, you want to see the intake go all the way open. So this has to go all the way up to open the intake valve. Then as it starts to go down, that's when you could adjust this. So I'm going to go ahead and bump the car now. So I connected a bump starter here. I have a video on how to connect a bump starter. You basically take one end of the bump starter, the alligator clip, and clip it to the skinny stud of the starter, and the other goes straight to the battery power. So now I can just bump it over, and like I said, the exhaust you adjust when the intake goes all the way up, then it starts to go back down. So now that should be on the flat part of the lobe. So I'm going to go ahead and put the push rod in and the rocker arm and adjust that one. You put the push rod through the push rod hole. Make sure it sits on the lifter seat. And now over here, you have a washer in here. This washer should have this facing down, so it could rock back and forth, and the flat piece should be on top, and the flat piece on the nut should be on the bottom, and the round piece on top. Now this is the push rod seat on the rocker arm, so make sure it sits like that. And over here, it sits on the tip of the valve. And just tighten that down. Now you can tighten this down until you can't push this up and down anymore, this push rod. So you get all the slack out of the way. Close it. Alright, now, as you can hear that is the push rod. I'm pulling the push rod up and down, and there's a little more clearance on the rocker arm. So I'm almost at 0 lash. About 1/8 of a turn, I should be there. A little bit more. Now I'm at 0 lash. Another way to tell if you're at 0 lash, you see the plunger over here? Once it starts to go down, you can just see the plunger. Once it starts to go down from the retainer ring over there, then you can tell it's 0 lash. So now I'm just gonna do a 1/2 a turn from here. So you're here, I'm just gonna go over there. And as I do that, you're gonna see over here, the plunger will go down. And we're set. Now the intake valve, I'm gonna do the same way. Just as the exhaust starts to open, as this starts to go up, and then you could do the same thing on this side. And you know, do exhaust intake, exhaust intake. Alright, now last thing to check here once you adjust all these valves, make sure the threads that are exposed are almost the same on all of these, and that the nut's not sitting really too high in one and too low in the other, or else you need to readjust that valve. So that's how it looks all adjusted. Alright, so this is the car running. I changed all the lifters on this side, so there's no noise. It's running absolutely smooth. Customer is happy, and he'll be on his way. So, subscribe to my channel, you know you want to. See ya!